Let's get started. Number 8. The time your brain deletes your mother's face. You're standing in your kitchen, spoon halfway to your mouth, when your mom says something, and suddenly, for a split second, you don't recognize her. Not like, who's this woman in my house, creepy, but your brain actually blanks on the face you've seen your entire life. This is called transient prosopagnosia, and it's like your brain suddenly misplaces the facial recognition file for the person standing right in front of you. Sometimes it's stress, sometimes it's fatigue, and sometimes it's your neurons playing hide and seek with basic identity data. Science doesn't fully know why it happens. Some researchers think it's a glitch in the fusiform gyrus, the brain's face hub, while others suspect momentary overload from visual data processing. Either way, it's like your mind saying, "Sorry, your mom is temporarily unavailable. Please try again later."
Number 7. The phantom phone vibration. You're minding your own business when, buzz, your phone is vibrating in your pocket. You grab it, nothing. No calls, no texts, not even a spam email promising you $5,000 in unclaimed rewards. Welcome to the world of phantom vibration syndrome, where your brain gets so used to the sensation of your phone buzzing that it starts inventing it. Some psychologists think it's a mix of habit and anxiety. Your nervous system is on high alert for messages, so much so that it misinterprets random muscle twitches or clothing movement as a buzz. And here's the creepy part. Studies show it happens more often to people who are stressed, sleep-deprived, or kind of addicted to their phones, which is basically all of us. In other words, your brain is so desperate for connection, it literally fabricates the feeling of being contacted. The machine isn't calling you, your mind is.
Number 6. The disappearing room. You step into a hallway you've walked 100 times before, but something feels wrong. A door you swear was there yesterday is gone. Or worse, it's there, but it leads somewhere completely different. This unsettling glitch has a name: false memory architecture. It's when your brain confidently remembers a physical space incorrectly. Sometimes it's because you've unconsciously blended two locations together in your mind. Other times, your brain has patched over missing details with what it thinks should be there. But the eeriest reports come from people who swear a place physically changes. Walls appear where there were none. Staircases vanish. Doors lead to rooms that shouldn't exist. Psychologists call it memory distortion. Paranormal investigators call it a slip between realities. Whether it's bad recall or a crack in the map of your reality, one thing's certain: you'll never trust that hallway again.
Number 5. The whisper that knows your name. You're alone. The air is still. Then, just behind your ear, a voice says your name. You spin around. Nothing. Most people chalk it up to imagination, but researchers have a term for it: auditory hallucination of presence. Your brain, in moments of heightened stress or isolation, can misinterpret tiny sounds, like the hum of electricity, the creak of wood, as words. But here's the part that chills even the skeptics. The phenomenon is often personal. The voice knows you. It uses your name. Some cultures believe it's a summoning call, a spirit's way of luring you towards something or away from something worse. And many who have heard it report a strange after effect: the sensation that someone is standing just out of sight, waiting. Science may explain the noise. It cannot explain why it speaks only to you.
Number 4. The door that shouldn't be there. You know every corner of your home, every shadow, every creak in the floor. Then, one night, you notice it: a door. It's small, unremarkable, and you're certain it wasn't there before. The paint matches your walls perfectly, the handle is cold to the touch, and when you press your ear against it, silence. Some dismiss this as a dream artifact, a moment when the mind blends sleep and waking. But others tell older, darker stories. Drift doors, gateways that appear when reality is thin, when something on the other side wants to cross. If you open it, you might see nothing but a narrow black corridor. If you close it, you might hear faint scratching on the other side for days. The real terror? It's not that the door appears, it's when it disappears again.
Number 3. The window that faces nowhere. You wake to moonlight spilling into your room, except your bedroom has no window on that wall. The frame is old wood, the glass rippled like it was forged centuries ago. Beyond it, no street, no garden, just an endless fog, moving in slow, unnatural swirls. Sometimes a shape passes through the mist, too fast to fully see, yet slow enough for your pulse to freeze. You tell yourself it's a dream, but the cold draft that seeps into your room says otherwise. Old folklore speaks of unbound windows, openings that connect not to places, but to moments. Some lead to the past, others to the places people go after they die. You can watch, but if you ever see something watching back, it's already too late. When you blink, the window is gone, but the reflection of your face in the glass lingers, smiling when you are not.
Number 2. The clock that counts the wrong time. It arrived in a box with no return address, an ornate brass clock, its hands trembling as if it were alive. You wind it once, out of curiosity, and it begins to tick. But instead of marking minutes and hours, the hands spin erratically, pausing only at strange moments. When you pass a certain alleyway, when the phone rings at midnight, when you think you hear footsteps behind you, but turn to see nothing. You realize the clock isn't keeping time. It's keeping track of you. Each time it stops, something happens. Small at first, objects vanish from your desk. You wake up with dirt under your nails. You find a single wet footprint in your hallway. Then, one day, you see it. The clock's hands frozen on a specific number you've never noticed before. And you hear a faint, muffled ticking coming from inside your chest. You try to throw the clock away, but when you return home, it's already on your nightstand. And now, it's counting down.
Number 1. The room that wasn't there yesterday. You've lived in the same apartment for years. You know every creak in the floorboards, every draft that slips through the windows. But tonight, there's a door at the end of your hallway that you've never seen before. The paint is the same faded beige as the rest of the wall. The knob is cold, too cold. You open it. Inside is a small, windowless room. The air smells faintly of rain, though it hasn't rained in weeks. A single chair sits in the center, facing the corner. On it rests a notebook. Its cover damp, its pages filled with your handwriting. Except, the entries are about events that haven't happened yet. Some are harmless, others are horrifying. One entry reads, "You will sit in this chair at 2:14 a.m. Do not turn around." You close the notebook. You look at your watch. It's 2:13. And behind you, something breathes.